Welcome back at 6:24 on this Monday morning. And if you've always wanted to get out and see the world, but weren't really sure how to get started, well, we've got just the person for you this morning. I'm joined by travel writer Christine Kristen, and you really have seen the world. She's got a new book out called How to See the World in a Weekend, and you really do just that. How do you get into this sort of traveling to exotic places in a weekend?
Well, thanks, Holly. Actually, it started when I was in the corporate world, and I had contracts that I had to fulfill, and so I couldn't take a whole lot of time off.
Right.
But I found that if I took the 7 o'clock flight out of Traverse City, and I could catch the flight to Europe, be in Europe on Friday morning, have all day Friday, all day Saturday, come back Sunday, and be here Sunday afternoon to go back to work on Monday. And so that's how I kind of carved out that little bit of time.
Wow.
Unfortunately, you can't do that too often, so you have to keep it on a budget.
Right.
Well, I found a $300 flight to Paris, and I asked a lot of people to go, but they said, oh, I'll go when I can do it right. And I went, and I stayed in a cheap hotel, $60 with breakfast, a little boutique. It was nice, and I liked it, so I decided I wanted to do it over and over again.
You kind of got that travel addiction.
Yes.
And so going on to the budget, you've traveled to a lot of exotic places.
Yes.
So you said you found a $300 flight. How else are you doing it?
Well, that's really what the book is about. It's how to see the world in a weekend, but most people don't want to do that.
Right.
But I challenge people to throw away the destination. It's all about thinking about your travel differently. So if you throw away the destination and say, I can take next Friday off, then you can, there's some tools I give you in the book. You can look at maps that show you the price of every city in the world.
Wow.
And then you select the one that you want to go to that's the right price, and it allows you to travel more often on a budget. But it's also techniques that you could use even if you're planning a family vacation.
Okay.
So, if you're going once a year, if you go where everyone else goes, when everyone else wants to go there, you get very little value for your travel dollar, and you're probably not going to be any more interesting than you were last year.
Right, and that's another thing that I wanted to ask is, how do you really make the most of your weekend? You have a lot of tips, but when you're going somewhere exotic, you want to see a lot. If you're only doing it in a weekend, how can you make the most of your time there?
Well, you want to get a really big taste, okay? Because you can always go back.
Exactly.
If you like it. There's a lot of places I don't want to go back to, but first of all, I try to do research up front and get a hotel that is centrally located, because you're going to be doing a lot of walking.
Right.
And the hop-on and hop-off buses are great, too, because they give you a lay of the land. You can kind of see in a short period of time all the sites that the destination has to offer. So that's what I do.
Wow, well, we're just getting started with Christine, a travel writer, with her book. And, of course, coming up in the next half hour, she's going to show you some packing tips so you can really get everything you need in one suitcase. It's going to be really great. That's coming up.
Welcome back to Northern Michigan. World traveler Christine Kristen, also author of How to See the World in a Weekend, is back for part 2 of our traveling interview this morning. This is probably an interview that I need to learn from, and I know I'm going to. How to pack a suitcase the proper way. I'm notorious for bringing 5 suitcases worth of stuff that I don't always use.
Well, I don't know if it's proper, but it works.
It works.
Okay?
I'm all for it. Let's do it.
All right. Well, the first thing is wear your heaviest clothing
Okay.
to and from the destination.
Okay.
Because you're not going to put your boots in your bag.
Right.
And you got this big, fluffy coat, and you're making really nice right now where you can just do this.
Hold them up.
Yep.
So anything, the big coats, the boots, the scarves,
Yes.
all of the big kind of heavy, clunky stuff you want to wear.
Exactly.
Okay.
And you can take it off as you go along. If you're going, one of the biggest challenges is going from a cold climate to a warm climate.
Sure.
So by doing layers, sheer clothing is your friend because you can layer it very easily.
Okay.
And when you get to your destination, take off your sweater and you got sheer arms.
Smart.
Take your heavy coat, and I bring with me a satin pillowcase.
Really?
And then you stick the coat in your pillowcase, and you've got your pillow on the plane.
Oh, this is good. I like this, because another thing I do on planes, your head's on the seat, you can't keep it secure there, so you're actually using.
And the satin keeps you from getting lines too while you're sleeping.
Nice.
And then you've already taken care of your first day. So if you're going for 5 days,
Okay.
your first day and your last day are all taken care of because you're going to wear the same thing to and from your destination.
Okay.
With the exception of a camisole or a tank top
Sure.
that you put underneath to keep you fresh. There you can wear the same clothes, but you're going to change out the camisole.
Right.
This is, all of this is for my 5-day trip to Beijing this weekend, by the way.
So you packed about a week's worth of clothes into one bag.
Oh, yeah. I've got my computer in there. I've got my extra bag, something to sleep in, a book, reading materials, all my toiletries, my curling iron, everything.
Curling iron, all in here.
Yes.
Okay.
And then this is 3 days worth of clothing.
Okay.
You have 2 pairs of pants and 3 tops and a camisole.
This is great.
Yeah.
I'm learning from this because, like I said, I'm notorious for bringing all the different bags.
And you've heard it before. You just kind of keep with one color scheme.
Sure. So you got to recycle it and use it throughout the week.
That's right.
And I want to mention, too, Christine, before we go, How to See the World in a Weekend is your book. Where can viewers get a copy?
Well, the fine folks down at Horizon Books have my book.
Horizon Books in Traverse City.
Yes, you can also get it at Notably Natural at Building 50. And you can get it on Amazon, in print, and in Kindle. And it's a great price. It's $5 on Kindle, so you can give it a try.
Wonderful. This was fascinating. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Taking a look at your bus stop forecast this morning, here is from meteorologist Joe Charlevoix.